Good afternoon, everyone. It's Katie and David at the Playhouse for Fridays on 42nd Street today. Hello.
Hello.
We are here to recap our season announcement for 2021-22.
There's a lot of 20s in there, isn't there?
I will say the wrong number at some point, but maybe not today. So let's talk through this a little bit. We're going to tell you what David and I are directing, but we're not going to tell you the rest of the directors yet. So that's to come. So the first thing we're doing, we're opening our season with Cabaret, the musical. One of my very favorites. I am so excited that we're doing it.
I really like Cabaret. We couldn't get Chicago. We tried, but Cabaret is so close. I think we're just going to have just as good a time.
Oh, I love it. The auditions for that are on June 14th this summer. Yes. So we're going to finish casting a play real quick. And then in about a week or so, we'll be posting those auditions. And I'm very excited that those auditions are not going to be video submission only.
That's right.
So you can just go in there, sign up for an audition time, come audition in person. And if you're out of town on the 14th because you're finally able to travel a little bit, or just not available, or want to send a video submission will still always be an option. But we are going to open back up to having you just sign up for times and take some of the stress of submitting a video out of the audition process. Really excited for that, though.
Well, and you also miss the reward. There's nothing more exciting than 20 people standing around all anxious and ready to go and wanting to showcase themselves. Yeah. And you miss that with video. You're like, okay, it's a nice video. Yeah, you don't get what makes live theater special. Good
point. Okay, then we're doing Escaping the Labyrinth, which is a world premiere of a new play by Thomas Hishak, and I'm directing that.
Yes.
And we're doing that through the AACT New Play Festival. So we're one of 6 theaters across the country that are going to be premiering 6 new plays, one of which is our very own Des Moinesian Karen Schaefer's play called Unpacking Mother, which I got to read even before I knew she wrote it.
That's
and
right.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Do you remember what theater that's produced at?
Paducah.
Market Theater
in Paducah, Kentucky.
So if you want a road trip and see that, I highly recommend
It's a beautiful play.
But we're going to be doing Thomas's play in the fall.
And you know what's neat about that particular play? Because it's a world premiere. When you go to open scripts and you say the first cast name, well, the cast in this show will be that cast. So that's going to be the neat thing permanently when the scripts are printed in the future. So if that's not attractive enough, you still are working on a brand new play with an author who's going to be here workshopping with you and really get the support. And you're going to have Katie as an incredible creative director who's just going to make it a magical experience.
Shucks. It's going to be magical, though.
It is.
Okay, and then our family holiday classic on the main stage is The Sound of Music, which we were going to do last season and weren't able to, so I'm really glad we could bring that back. I'm hoping by then maybe the schools are even a little more ironed out and it'll be fun to have some young people up on the stage again.
Yeah. Well, that's that family-friendly experience where grandmas get to bring their youth and the whole family can come. It's just part of our holiday tradition.
Yeah.
And we're just so glad to be able to do it again.
And I'm directing that one, too.
Yes.
Selfishly.
Well, she would secretly be in it if she could, but we want to let her. We want that role to be opened up for anybody. So she's going to do the next best thing, which is direct it.
David. All right. And then we're doing the play Murder on the Orient Express, which is going to be so good. It's like it's an Agatha Christie murder mystery. There was a movie in the last 5, I don't know, maybe 10
2017
or 20 years.
was actually the most recent movie, but it's done about every 10 years. There's something pops up about that movie. It's really a cool script.
I think our audiences are really going to like it, especially people who liked the Sherlock Holmes play we did.
Right, The Hound of Baskerville?
Yes, that one.
Yes.
That one. And David Kilpatrick is directing that, so you know you're in good hands.
We're going to have a lot of fun and explore the magic of Agatha Christie, so I'm really looking forward to that experience.
Me too.
And trains on stage.
Yeah, we're going to put some trains on the stage.
Yep.
One. Okay, then our spring musical is Singin' in the Rain, which we are remounting a production of. Last spring, It was anybody's guess whether we would get to do it again recently. We didn't know what the last year was going to look like financially and health-wise for everyone. So we kind of revisited that idea again, talking about next season, and the director, Aaron Horst, is available and going to come back and remount that production. So all of the hundreds of people who I think in the last year have expressed their disappointment at not getting able to see that show will be able to see it. And we've invited the whole cast and crew to come back. And we'll also be auditioning for the spots that people aren't available to come back.
Yeah, because not everybody will be able to come back. And that's okay.
Right.
We're going to enjoy what we get, and we're going to create what we have, and it's going to be special again.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that'll be really lovely. Then we are doing Calendar Girls, which is also a movie some of you may be familiar with, but the play is really beautiful, and I'm not going to tell you who's directing that, but it's very exciting. I almost did. That's our summer play. And then next summer we're doing Matilda.
Yep.
It's happening. It was supposed to happen right now.
2020.
Right?
It was the
Or a
summer of
whole year
2020,
ago.
a whole year ago. Yeah.
Again, we're in the 20s and I don't know what day it is.
And it doesn't matter. We mushed them all together, and we're picking out the best of them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about bringing that back though. So yeah, we're going to reach out to as many production team members that were part of those original plays and musicals as we can, and we'll bring in new people for the rest, and it's going to be a great main stage season. Let's talk about the Kate Goldman.
Okay.
You want to talk about it?
Well, I guess I can. Well, our Kate Goldman, of course, is this year we were inside the John Byers Theater because of the nature of trying to keep everybody safe. It was very important to us. So therefore, our first production of next season is going to be in the John Byers Theater as well. And we're just really excited about it because it's one of those neat, big musicals. Is it a musical? I can't remember. I'm blanking. But it's Junie B in Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
I said that title to Jack the other day, and he was like, oh, Batman. I know he's really excited. Actually, Jack's excited for the whole children's theater season, and I did tell him before we announced it, but
well,
I was banking on him not remembering.
I was going to say, at his age, it's okay. He's entitled. Got to be a little insight with giving up mommy every night for rehearsals. He's got to get something
He's
for
fine.
it. So,
okay, so Junie B. Jones in the main stage,
Yes.
and then what are we doing after Christmas? Downstairs in the Kate Goldman.
we go into Charlotte's Web. Did I get it backwards?
We keep getting it backwards.
Pigeon.
It's Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus.
Really? Okay. I've got a big nodder back here who's saying yes. So it's Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the
In
Bus.
case you can't tell, we threw around a lot of date options.
Yes.
And
But that's also, that's the musical.
yes,
And-
but it's an adaptation of that Mo Willems, the author of the books, actually worked on adapting himself,
Right.
and then Deborah Wixler-Puma is doing the music for that.
And we've never done this play before. This will be, it's a new play. It's only recently released.
Yeah, it was
So-
just released in the last year, and actually, I'd reached out to Deborah Wixler-Puma about it a few years ago, because I wondered if it was happening, and then she sent me an email and was like, I just wanted to let you know the rights are being released. And
Isn't that cool?
I'm a major fangirl.
It's much like when we did Leaving Iowa, and I wrote to the author himself, says, can I make some adjustments? He said, of course, do whatever you like. Now, what show did we do that Deborah had done for us before?
Elephant and Piggies, we are in a play, and
I don't remember, but she has already retweeted our announcement. She's very excited.
Yay! Yeah, wonderful.
yay,
Okay.
playwrights and musicians. Okay, Don't Let the Pigeon, and what's next?
Then that would be Charlotte's Web?
Yes.
Okay, yes,
We
got
got
one
it.
right. Charlotte's Web. Both Pigeon and Charlotte's Web. And the next one will be back into the Kate Goldman Children's Theater. So
Yes.
we'll be back to that intimate experience that we've all grown accustomed to. And then we close out with Pippi Longstocking. So our favorite redhead
It's
having a good
still
time.
happening.
Yes. Again, some of these, like we did, some of these were in our first season that got shortened, and some of them were the new season that we had announced that we had to cancel completely. So we're just meshing it all together and going to have a good time. So
It's gonna be great. Before we go, we just want to answer a couple of questions now that we've announced the season. Mostly that have been about tickets and box office, and I have a cheat sheet so I don't get this wrong because we all know me. So in the coming weeks, like right now, if you want to go purchase a season ticket, go purchase one online. If you have a credit on file with us from a show that got canceled or whatever else, give us a call. so that we can make sure we credit you appropriately, or letters and invoices are going to go out in the next few weeks, and that letter you're going to get is going to tell you all of your season ticket purchase options. It's going to tell you what credits you have with us in that renewal letter, and to clarify, the seats that you had for your season tickets in 2019, you will still have. Those were the same.
Yep. We're not changing that. We're actually loosening things back up, at least tentatively scheduled. Things will go back to as normal as we could possibly make it. One of the questions is, just to reiterate, if you're not sure if you've got a credit or not, call us first.
Yeah.
We'll be glad to answer that question for you and take some information and get you started rolling. Because we know some of you really want to be season ticket holders because you bought tickets like 2 years ago and you've forgotten that you've done that. So we really want to accommodate those individuals because those are our passionate, committed supporters of the Playhouse that are very important to our success. And we do not want to charge you twice.
No.
Now, if you want to make a donation twice, we're never turning those down, but we do not want to charge you twice.
Also, if you got a Flex 4 in the last year,
Yes.
a Flex 4 is for this current season, but don't fret. There are 5 things you can use your Flex 4 on still before the end of the summer. We have a love offering that will be in this space on the main stage. The bones of it are behind us. It's coming together. That opens June 4th. And then outdoor in our 10th theater series, you can see Godspell, Plaza Suite. You could bring some kiddos to Polka Dots the Cool Kids musical. Did I say 5 things?
And Final Act Ensemble.
And Final Act Ensemble is doing a show out in the tent this summer, which is going to be so awesome.
And if you're not interested yet, for your own safety, and we respect that completely, and you're not quite want to come to the inside, those streaming options that we sometimes have available and are looking at having available will be available for you to use your Flex 4 as well. So awesome. You can, lots of opportunities to use your Flex 4. You want to go ahead and use them up. But again, we just do say thank you because we know there's a group of you that bought the Flex 4 tickets without having any idea what we were going to do. We didn't even know what we were going to do. And you said, I still believe in the Playhouse. I will commit and buy 4 seats and I'll just take my chances. Well, hopefully you haven't been disappointed, and we don't intend to disappoint you with the rest of the season.
One last question, Executive
Please.
Director.
Yes.
Masks, socially distanced seating.
Yeah.
Do we know what we're doing? What's going on?
That is one of those great questions that we got ourselves a little bit of a wiggle room because we don't have a play until June 4th. So we get to let things settle down and we get to let people work it out. Currently, we still have the policy, but I promise you that you are going to get an email that a couple of days before you're due to come to the show, and that will have the most current activities, whether it's mask on, mask off, whether it's mask except when you're seated, whether it's social distance or not. All of those things will be very clear and apparent to you at the email that you get. And I assure you, when you walk into the theater, we'll guide you, and we work very hard not to embarrass anybody, and I can't imagine that you would be horrified if we said masks are optional. But we don't know yet. We still got a little bit of wiggle room to make that decision. We're kind of just letting everybody get comfortable again, because that's what it's all about, is feeling comfortable and being safe.
So, as I like to say on rehearsal calendars, TBD.
Yep. Or, as I like to say, subject to change.
Ugh, yeah. Well, that's the difference between you and me, David.
There you go.
All right, that's it. This has been a 15-minute
I was
long
gonna say.
Fridays on 42nd Street. Thanks for watching. Send us your questions. Come volunteer. Come to some auditions and see some shows this summer with us, and we'll see you next week.